Hi everyone, it is time for my annual CX Trends video. This time I have 5 customer experience trends for 2025 and beyond ready for you. Enjoy this new video, everyone. One of the key trends for 2025 will be the rise of AI agents. Recently, Sam Altman, founder of OpenAI, founder of ChatGPT, he talked about the 5 stages of generative AI. And today we're in stage 1. We have a chatbot and we can have a conversation with it. But we're approaching level 2, which he calls reasoners, where you have problem-solving human-level conversation. Level 3 is when it gets really interesting. Then we have AI agents, a system that take actions on our behalf. Beyond that, we're going to have level 4, innovators, where AI really helps in innovation. And the final stage is level 5, where we talk about organizations, where AI can do the work of an organization. Today, we're in step 1, we're approaching step 2. Next year, we're going to see the rise of AI agents. A term you're going to hear a lot next year is what they call agentic AI, where it's not just a source of information or advice, but where you have an AI system that actually acts on your behalf, that takes decisions on your behalf based on the briefing that you gave the system, which eventually will become the ultimate friction-solving tool in customer experience. Because, I mean, today we have our phone, we have all the apps, we have to push buttons. I mean, if you want to plan a trip, you need to go to the app to get your flights, you need to rent the car, you go to the car rental place, you need to go to several hotel sites or apps. It's still quite a lot of work. We call it convenient, but actually it's not. It's a lot of work. What if you could, together with your chatbot, create an itinerary for a trip, and then you give that to your agent and you say, look, this is the briefing. Can you make me a proposal? Look at some of the cool things that I would like to do there. And then I allow you to make that booking for me. It's like a 24/7 travel agent that is available, that helps you. I mean, imagine the time saving that you have here in your personal life. But imagine now that you would apply that in a professional context, what kind of efficiency gains that we potentially gain here. Agentic AI agents, they make decisions on your behalf. It sounds far off, but if you look to some of the things that happened in the past few months, you see that this is the direction that the IT world, the tech world, is going to. Like Google is planning to launch an AI agentic tool called Project Jarvis to make decisions on your behalf. Salesforce is working on Agentforce, an AI agent development platform. Apple filed patents for AI agents. CEO of NVIDIA says, I think that my company really soon, in a few thousand days, will have 100 million AI agents that will help us. So you see how this is shaping up. It's going to change the way how we work. It's going to change the way how we live, and it's going to change customer experience completely. It will remove all frictions, and it will allow the customer to have more time to spend with the people they love and to spend more time on the things you love to do. So I'm really looking forward to see the rise of AI agents in the next couple of years. I think that authenticity is overrated. And don't get me wrong, I know this is a sensitive topic sometimes. And I agree, the best possible customer experience you can have is a warm, personal, human, authentic experience. Nothing beats that. But there are 2 problems with authenticity. First one is authenticity isn't always positive. A lot of people think authenticity by definition is something good. I completely disagree. There are a lot of people in this world that are truly authentic, that do a lot of harm for the world, that aren't nice, that have bad intentions, but they're super authentic. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is scarcity. The warm, unique, authentic humans that you love to work with. How many of those do you actually know? I mean, it's a minority. It will be max 10%. And those are amazing. But as an organization, you cannot run your customer experience on the 10% truly warm, authentic people. You need more people and you need more tools to make a difference. So 2 issues with authenticity. It's not always positive. And the real positives ones are too scarce here in this world. I'm a big believer in customer experience and what I call artificially created experiences. Take Disney. You know that I'm a big Disney fan, right? But going to a Disney park is fun, but it's not authentic. It's an artificially created experience. Take Coldplay. I'm a big Coldplay fan. I love their concerts. I would love to go every year to one. But it's an artificially created experience, which makes it so good. If they would improvise and just do the things they love to do, just in an authentic, on-the-spot way, it wouldn't be the same experience. So I think we're overrating authenticity. I think that a lot of people think, he said the word artificial, so that's computers. He said the word authentic, so that's human. This is not about human versus machines. This is about creating an experience that is fantastic for your customers. And I think some of the best customer experiences today are the artificially created ones, because you really think to what the need of a customer is. And besides that, what you see is that for the younger generation, the authenticity, like what my generation thinks of it, becomes less and less important. Like the youngest people, if they interact on social media with someone or something, that doesn't really make a difference anymore. They just want to have cool things. They want to see cool things. They want to have cool interactions. It doesn't have to be a real human. So you see how the definitions of authenticity and the expectations are changing over generations. But personally, I think as a customer experience enthusiast, we shouldn't be obsessed with authenticity. We should be obsessed with creating the best possible experience for customers, which is very often an artificially created experience. And I think in the next couple of years, we're going to understand that, because AI will show us what people really like, and it will show us what kind of convenience that people are looking for, what kind of created experiences they're looking for. And then we're going to apply that in the real world with humans as well. So I predict a rise of artificially created experiences, not just online, but also in the offline world for the next couple of years. When it comes to customer experience and artificial intelligence, I see 4 approaches today. The first one is the creepy approach. Examples are like companies who are tracking the smile intensity of their team to make sure that they smile enough. I don't think that improves customer experience. It's just very creepy for everyone. First approach. Second one is AI for the sake of AI. We've seen a couple of weeks ago the example where Coca-Cola came out with their AI-generated Christmas commercial, and how people were truly disappointed with it. It doesn't bring value. It's AI for the sake of AI. Look what we can do with AI. That doesn't bring value to the customer. Number 3 is efficiency gains. Usually, they start internally, where you create a new system that makes it more efficient for you, and hopefully also more efficient for the customer. The fourth approach, which is the way forward, is combination of efficiency gains plus value creation for customers. That is where we can really make a difference. The one place where we're going to see this happening really, really soon is customer care. I believe in 2025 and beyond, we're going to have a complete reset of customer care. AI basically will be able to automate all the things that customer care invested in the past 20 years. As a consequence, the KPIs that customer care teams use are going to be totally obsolete really soon. I mean, think about waiting time, the length of the call, the quality of languages that you offered. All these KPIs that are being used today to measure the quality and efficiency of contact centers, they are useless in a world of AI, because you can talk to millions of customers at the same time. There is no such thing as waiting time. You're available 24/7. You have every language that you can imagine. You keep going until the problem is solved. And the incremental cost increase is very limited compared to the old model. So it's a complete reset, which creates an enormous gain for customers. Like in Net Promoter Scores, we shouldn't have any 0 to 6s anymore in customer care, because we're moving really rapidly into solving things there. There's also even an opportunity in the short run to make sure that your customer service humans get less and less requests if you're not ready for the big reset. Just think about all the available data that you have in your customer care team. I mean, you get all the complaints, you get all the questions, you perfectly know what people need, you have scripts for it. If you open up that data, for instance, on your website in a Gen AI chatbot, I mean, you reduce instantly the amount of calls that you have to your team. Forget about frequently asked questions on the site. Make it conversational based on the content and the data that you have in your care team. So even if you're not ready for the reset in 2025, you can increase the efficiency and increase the value for customers. But I think we're going to have the big reset, which is amazing for customers, which will be efficient for companies. There's just one problem. The moment that everyone has a service system like this, you don't differentiate with service anymore. It will instantly become the norm. So the question is, how will you differentiate? So imagine everyone invests in AI service, we have the big reset, everything goes well. How do you differentiate? First step will be, we add a little bit of brand voice around it. That won't be a big differentiator either. I think this will be the age of deep trust and deep loyalty. If you want to differentiate in customer care, customer service, it will be about trust. It will not be about AI automation. And probably that will be the consequence of this technological reset, that we have to rethink trust, that we have to think, okay, how can we really show our customers that we care about them? And it's going to be things like real transparency, making it very clear what your values are, what you're standing for, how you act, making it sure that your chatbots, your chat agents always act in the best interest of the customer. It's going to be about thinking long-term when you program them and not short-term. It's going to be about proactive communication and all of that in a very consistent way to build that trust that people really can rely on your services and that they know that it's not just efficient, but that it's something that really builds trust for them and that they know they can count on you. That will be the consequence of the tech reset. And I think we're going to see first signs of that in 2025, but I'm convinced by 2030, we will all have experienced a big reset in customer service. 2025 will be the year to redefine the human skills. If contact centers are fully automated, then the question is, what will human agents do? That 1% of the interactions that are still human. Or local bank branches, what will we have to do? It's interesting to see how companies are starting to redefine it. Like the Bank of America recently announced that they will open up 165 new branches in the US. Most banks are closing down branches. They want to open them up again. Even though 99% of the interactions with their bank are digitally, they still believe that for the 1% of those interactions, they need to be close to the customer because the customer expects it, but also because they saw that it brings value to them. Usually people want to talk to a human in a bank when it's really important, when it's about a lot of money. So when the bank can make a lot of money and when the customer really needs that human support. So they are investing in that. They're redefining their human interface. I think that all of you know that in 2014, I wrote a book called When Digital Becomes Human. And in chapter 6 of that book, I made a prediction. I wrote that qualities like empathy, passion, and creativity would always be typically human. Today, we're exactly 10 years further in time. And in all honesty, I'm in serious doubt about 2 of the 3. Look at empathy. I think that a machine eventually will be better in empathy than most humans will be. Look at creativity. They already did a test that ChatGPT is similar in terms of creative output as the 1% best humans. And that's 2024. So creativity as a human alone without the support of AI will be impossible. So I don't think we're going to win on empathy and on creativity. Passion, I do believe that's where we're going to make a difference. Another one is what I call human connectivity, which goes beyond empathy. It's like the positive energy transfer that us humans have when we work together, when we talk together, when we experience things. This is not replaceable by a machine. I mean, if you do things remotely, if you watch a concert or a football game remotely on TV, online, it's not the same as when you're present and experience something together with a whole bunch of other people. That human connectivity is something that is typically human. And ethics, defining the ethics of our business, really knowing what we're standing for and how to prove that to the market, how to be consistent with that. I think those will be our human values that we have to think about, that we have to redefine And organizations that start to redefine those human interfaces today, that invest in that understand how that brings value to the market, will make a difference to their customers. It's not just because you have humans that you're good in being human. Those are two different things. It's about truly and deeply understanding how a human today can make a difference in a world of automation, and that automation will only expand in the next couple of years. So redefining that human interface is a key priority for 2025. I have the privilege to meet many business leaders, to speak at corporate events, at large business events, and I'm positive about something. I think that in the next couple of years, we're going to see the rise of more and more CX leaders. And I'm not talking about the CX manager or director. I'm really talking about CEO level, top senior leaders in an organization that really take customer experience more seriously than ever, because they realize more and more that it's very hard to differentiate on product, let alone on price, and that the way how you make customers feel, that will probably be the biggest differentiator that you have, especially in the age of AI, where you have the risk of only focusing on efficiency or building a very cold, rational kind of relationship with customers. Right now, we need CX leaders at the most senior level that you can imagine. Like Brian Chesky, CEO and founder of Airbnb, is an example of that for me. He often sleeps in properties that he rents on his own platform. He rents out his own apartment. He is actually part of the customer journey. Because of that, he really knows what it feels like to be a customer. He knows how to make decisions that create value for the customer. And because of that, it makes him very credible internally to make sure that the team stays obsessed with the customer. Or you have Sumit Singh. He's the CEO of Chewy. Chewy is one of the largest online platforms where you can buy everything as a pet owner that you need. Chewy doesn't talk about pet owners, they talk about pet parents. And Sumit Singh, their CEO, is obsessed with customers. He's available himself. He often is part of the customer experience. He really drives that through the organization. He's a credible leader in terms of customer experience. We need people like that to show that it can make a company very successful if you are focused on the customer. And I'm sure we're going to see more and more of those leaders standing up in the next couple of years. And typically, they are people who lead by example. They make sure that everyone is focused on the customer, not just some department or one person. They empower their employees to solve problems for customers. They spend time directly themselves with interacting with customers. They want to hear the oohs and the ahs themselves. They're even willing to hurt themselves in the short run, even financially, to gain trust in the long run. That kind of behavior, those kind of micro decisions, micro communication that the leader does day in, day out, that builds an organization that has a customer culture, which we need today more than ever. And I'm super happy to see more and more of these customer experience leaders standing up, and it's always a pleasure to work with them. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share it with your network, like the video, give me some feedback in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. I'd love to hear what kind of trends that you see. I wish you a fantastic 2025, and thank you for all the support over here in the past 12 months. Thank you, and Happy New Year.